Alright guys, welcome to another beer review. This is take two because so many things are going against me, as is usually the case anyway. And this is, I'll tell you now, this is one of those beers where I could have easily picked this beer up again and done a review. But it's one of those beers where I don't think I'll be going out my way to pick up another bottle anytime soon. So I want to get this one that I've got now reviewed and uploaded, that sort of thing. So I come to you on Bank Holiday Monday. It is now just turned 11:05. Doing something of a morning beer. Not done this for such a long time. But the girlfriend's been away for the weekend visiting friends in Frankfurt. I've had the apartment to myself. Drank a well. I'd say I've drank a modest amount compared to what I was planning to and what I could have done. But I've had a nice couple of hangouts with people going on into literally like the next day, morning the next day, talking about beer and just having a bit of fun. And yeah, I've got a beer that I picked up from Birretta, and I thought I don't have to go to the train station until around like 4:30, 5 o'clock, depending on delays on the train and stuff like that. So why don't I kickstart my day with a beer? And these never usually go to plan, as you can tell, because this is take two. So I've already, and I know this has become an issue for some people, this style of video making where the person has clearly drank the beer and has then started to record a video. But you know how incompetent I am, so you know that I'm not one of those people. And there are people here on YouTube who do it, who drink the beer, literally write notes, have a script, and then shoot a beer review, but play it off as if they're drinking it. Like, you know what I mean. And there will be a few people who know exactly what I mean by that. But I'm not here to bitch and moan or try and defend myself because screw you all. No, but yeah, I'm just here to talk about video. I shouldn't do beer reviews in the morning because I just go off on so many different tangents. And I look even shittier than I do usually, but who cares? So we're going over to the Zombräu brewery over in Merskov. Merskorfen. God, brain fart much. And this is the motor oil, 200% stout, guaranteed satisfaction. Clocking in at 7.5%, so lower end of Imperial, and best before date is 8th of the 2nd, 2018. And yeah, first of all, the artwork, which looks a lot darker because of shitty lighting, it just reminds me of Canadian craft beer. I don't know how I came to that conclusion, but it does. I do like it, simple, but it works, and that is the absolutely fantastic Zombräu Crown. So yeah, these guys are going to be at the Regensburg Craft Beer Festival this year, and a lot of their beers have turned up at Birretta and the Birretta Beer Bar for really good prices. It has to be said, for a craft brewer with such a big range of beers. They are a brewery that I'm going to be trying a lot of because it's widely available and it's really cheap. So why would I not make the most of that? So anyway, this is what the beer looks like in the glass. I will say that when I was pouring it, I was worried that it was going to be really thin. But at the same time, it does have that like sort of oil slick. How do I do that without actually taking it over? And it does. It is tarnishing the edges of the glass. I know that's not the correct word, but you know what I mean. Staining the glass very gently. But yeah, it looks like a black coffee, a black filter coffee. Uh, I managed to get about one finger's worth of like a mocha looking head. But yeah, that to me, by all accounts, is a jet black beer. Well, is it actually? I don't know if you heard that. Cat made a weird wheezing sound. Yeah, I'm going to say that's a jet black beer. So anyway, let's see what we get on the aroma. You get a little bit of like a gentle coffee tone. I get a little bit of licorice, bit of butterscotch as well. Like really buttery biscuits. A little bit of a smokiness. Brown sugar, that sort of thing. Like a little bit of treacle. Yeah, not too bad on the aroma. When I initially opened it, I was getting this sort of like chemical medicinal flavour, but that dissipated really quickly. So I'm not too sure what that was. But yeah, the beer itself, it's a very well-rounded, sweet imperial stout with a little bit more booze on the nose than you would expect and want. It's got this sort of like brandy aroma to it. But aside from that, it's a gentle, balanced smelling beer. So anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, guys. It's got like this char effect to it. It's like a a chocolate cake that you've left in the oven a bit too long, and it's just charred around the rim. That's the sort of like char flavour that I'm getting. It could be perceived as being a little bit harsh, but yeah, you get this like gentle chocolate flavour in there, like a very mild, almost like milk coffee in there as well. The one thing that this beer rarely has that works against it is it's too thin for my liking. I know it's only a 7.5, did I say? Yeah, I know it's only a 7.5 Imperial Stout. So you're not going to get like a gloopy, like engine oil sort of beer. But this to me tastes more along the lines of like an English strong ale. Like something along the lines of like a Old Tom, maybe. As opposed to an Imperial Stout. And they do like say on the label that their beers or some of their beers are inspired by English tradition. But I've had like traditional British stouts which don't taste like this. I mean, I'm by far an expert, so take my opinions with a pinch of salt when it comes to that sort of thing. I do my reviews from my own experience, from my own tastes. Um, so there may be some things that you completely disagree with me on, but if you take them into context, yeah, I'm not getting into that. I never get pulled up on my reviews, so I don't know why I'm addressing these non-existent issues. It's just a bit thin. There's like nice licorice tones in there. There's like dark fruit aspects in there. And to me, I think if they labelled this as an English strong ale, I think it'd be truer to style than it is as an imperial stout. It does have stout-like qualities to it, but it's not what I'd look for in an imperial stout, if that makes sense. I'm not criticizing the beer like it's a low quality product or anything like that. It is nicely brewed. It's a tasty beer. It's going down well. There's a lovely warmth coming up now. And you do get that slight booziness there. But for me personally, this is not what I would classically consider an imperial stout. And it's that thinness that is almost killing it for me in that regard. But I'm going to happily enjoy the rest of it. In terms of rating, I'm going to give this one a 6.5 out of 10. It'd be interesting to see if this beer would develop, if they could tweak it. I think that's what it could benefit from, are some tweaks, or just a relabeling as an English strong ale. I think that'd get a lot more people interested as well. It's like, whoa, a German brewed English strong ale. Yeah, it's got that USP about it as well. But yeah, not bad beer. It's just not. I mean, if you were to look at like the standards of like what like the what like like the craft beer standards and the craft beer rules regulations and stuff, it would probably tick a lot of boxes for an imperial stout, but to me it's not what I want from an imperial stout, so I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, I said I wanted to do I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So 6.5 out of 10. These guys are a brewery that I'll be checking out a lot more of in the near future, I assure you, because they've got some really interesting sounding beers. But I've tried an IPA of theirs, a light one, and I've tried an Imperial Stout, a dark one. A technique I learnt from James over at Rampant Lion Beer Reviews. And yeah, another 11-minute video, and because of the way I have to transfer footage now, I'm not going to edit this one. So yeah, you've had a mess of a video right now. I should never do these in the morning. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10. Check out Zombräu. Check out my Imperial Stout playlist. If any of my friends have reviewed this one, I'll put the links down below. If you've tried this one, let me know your thoughts and opinions. And yeah, this video is a mess, but I'm not reshooting it. Thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers.